You're done for, Prince Vicar!
Your days of ruling are over. You Rangers don't know who you're messing with. You do anything, my father the Emperor will show up and take you all down. Let your father know. He messes with the Earth, he messes with the Power Rangers. Let's switch things up.
It's morphin' time!
Ha!
Dino Thunder! Zeo!
Ha!
Kazaa! Ha!
Let's finish this guy right up. Superpowered attack!
Hoya! Ah! Super Mega Rangers, that's a Super Mega win.
Morphin' time!
Hey guys, Roberto here. Today I'm reviewing the Power Rangers Legacy Collection figures, Wave 4. So guys, before I start the review, I want to tell you guys real quick that this is most likely my most favorite Legacy Wave figures so far. I know I've said that like 20 times before. Well, not really. I think the last time I reviewed was like Mighty Morphin figures, and they were alright. But yeah, but so far, this is my most favorite Legacy figure wave. It includes teams that I really love. I really love the Dino Thunder Rangers. I love Zeo. I love the suits. I love the themes. I love everything about it. So to get these two really cool teams with all these really cool suits, it's just really awesome to get in this one wave. And when I first saw these figures coming out of stores at Walgreens and everywhere, I zoomed. Like I started going to every single Walgreens by my neighborhood. I was driving around, and I got pretty lucky with this wave. Like this is the first time I've had, luck in finding all the figures at the same time. I think the last time I had luck like that was with the first wave of these figures with the Ninja Storm Rangers and MMPR. I think the week after they came out in 2016, I found them immediately at a Toys R Us. But these figures are really weird. I mean, they were easy to find, but they were only easy to find at Walgreens, not Toys R Us, not Walmart, not Kmart. Well, Kmart's dead, so I don't really know about that. But yeah. But if you guys are Power Ranger fans, if you guys collect the figures, you guys know that we're actually missing a figure from this display that I have right here, right now. And it is the Yellow Zeo Ranger. And she's displayed here on the back of the box for every figure. You guys see that I have all the guys except the Zeo Yellow Ranger girl. And the simple reason for why she's missing, at least on Bandai's term, is that the girl figures aren't selling well. And I've known this for a while now. I've known, well, most Power Ranger fans or collectors have known this for a while, that the Legacy figures are selling when it comes to the guys, and when it comes to the girls, not as much. If you go to my local Toys R Us right now, I've gone a bunch of times to look for new stuff, and I've seen that none of the girl figures have moved. Tori from Wave 1, the Blue Ninja Storm Ranger, I think there's like 2 figures left from her. She's been there since 2016. In Space Yellow, there's a bunch of that, just In Space Yellows. Like, that's the most figure that's nobody's ever buying. The movie figures for the girls, those are selling, but not as much. Like, you'll still find a pink 2017 Power Ranger for here and there, and a yellow one, and Alpha. And I understand why nobody would really buy an Alpha figure from the movie. I mean, he was a short character, you know, for $20 I could get a better figure. And yeah, and I understand that, but some of the girls, not as much. I understand that this is a boys' toy line, and, you know, not every female figure is going to sell, but the way that it's looking, it's really weird how we have like 20 In Space Yellows, and this doesn't really fall on the company or the fans. It kind of falls everywhere. I understand that some little kids aren't going to want to buy a female figure. That's understandable, because some little kids like to play with boys' toys. As for me, when I was a little kid, when I came from Cuba in like 2008, I remember my aunt bought me like this Jungle Fury playset. That was one of the very first Power Rangers toys I ever had, and I threw that away a few years later, but you know, I regret that now. But yeah, but I remember that. And I remember just having this sense of happiness because I had the entire team. I had Jungle Fury Red, Blue, and Yellow at the time, because the White Ranger and Purple Ranger hadn't come out yet. But yeah, but I had the trio basically. And I wouldn't be as happy if I had just Red and Blue. I would have been, hey, if there's Yellow Ranger, I want to have her too. I want to have a complete team. And there's some kids out there that do that, you know. Some kids don't like having just the guys. They want to have the entire team because, you know, that's what Power Rangers is about. It's about teamwork. It's about an entire team and all that stuff. And yeah. But there's other little kids that don't really want the girls. You know, they don't like having a female figure in their collection, and I understand that from a certain point of view too. You know, some boys just won't like having girl stuff in their collection. And I've met some. I think my little cousin. He used to play with Partner Toys a few years ago when he was much smaller. And he told me one time, "Why do you have the girls? Like, why would you buy the girls?" I'm like, "The girls are part of the team, so you know, I want to incorporate. You know, I have everything in the collection, all that. You know, and that's how I am. I'm a completist." But you know, it really, you know, it's a really confusing thing to say. Like I said, it doesn't fall on the company or the fans. It falls everywhere. Some fans simply won't want to buy the girl figures. The company, they have terrible distribution. Bandai, I'm not gonna lie, they're a terrible company when it comes to distribution. I found new toys like 6 months after they come out, and I remember the worst time for collecting for me was with Super Mega Force. It was a good and bad time because I found some really cool toys, but at the same time I had to wait like 4 through 6 months to find some of the Red Rangers, and the Super Mega Force Silver Morpher was one of the hardest toys to find. It was a shitty toy, but I wanted to get it, and I got it, but Jesus Christ, I think I waited months to get that thing. And yeah, and when it comes to the figures for the girls, they release all these figures and they expect them all to sell really quick. And if I were them, I'd make the girls, you know, a little bit rare. You know, I'd make one girl per case. You know, have at least everyone. Just first of all, have each one of each Ranger in a case. Just don't put like 10 Red Rangers and then 2 Blue Rangers. And you know, I don't really know how the case stuff works, but I know that they do go ham on putting all these figures, and they don't really do it out. They do it out of this random order. So you know, sometimes we end up missing a Green Ranger from the wave because, you know, they only put one of him and then they put like 10 of Red Rangers. And I'm not going to dive into all this confusing stuff. I don't want to, you know, bore you guys talking about case assortments and all that stuff. So basically, guys, to summarize it, the reason why the Zeo Yellow Ranger has not been found is because Bandai proposed that she was going to be released in a refresh cases, and she never came. She never came out. People are still looking for this day, and the reason why we can tell that they've released the refresh cases and all that is because there's been they've released the Gold Ranger again, and he's had like more paint around his body, and he's had more gold detail around his body, and yeah, and you know, that was not in the first part of this wave. That was not in the first half. So they're already the second half, and there's still no Zeo Yellow Ranger. Another reason, but this is my speculation, could be that they're only being released at Walgreens right now. This wave for these figures are only being found at Walgreens, no Toys R Us, no Kmart, like I said before. So, you know, it's, you know, they've only released the first, you know, just to guys, because Walgreens is ordering just, you know, the first assortment still. And hopefully, eventually when these figures start coming out in Toys R Us and all that, maybe in the summer, we'll probably get the Zeo Yellow Ranger then. As of right now, I guess I'll say that this review is kind of incomplete because I don't have one of the figures from this wave, and this always happens to me. I don't know why. I'm always missing a figure. I never get any luck in buying every single figure from a wave of Power Ranger figures, and I hate it, you know, because I'm a completist and all that. But yeah, we're missing the Zeo Yellow Ranger. I'm still gonna do the review for these things because, you know, I gotta have something out for Ranger Mania. I can't just dry you guys out. And yeah, but it's still a pretty cool wave. I love the fact that they had Dino Thunder and Zeo released. I've been looking forward to figures with Zeo for a long time. I've actually, like I said before, I love Zeo, I love Alba Ranger, Dino Thunder, Oranger, etc. I've actually wanted some Oranger figures recently because I finished watching Oranger last year, and I remember watching the complete series, and I'm like, man, I really want to get some figures for these guys. And then Bandai announced, oh, we're releasing legacy figures for the Zeo Rangers, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be cool. And yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This wave has a lot of issues. There's been a lot of backlash from the fans who collect the toys recently on Twitter. If you guys, you know, don't go on Twitter and you guys don't follow a lot of Ranger toy collectors, they've talked a lot about the fact that the Gold Ranger is not gold. That looks like butterscotch right there. That looks like a different color that's not gold. The Zeo Green Ranger is also missing the gold. It's not really gold. It looks like a butterscotch color. And then the Dino Thunder Ranger look alright to me. I mean, some fans are saying that they don't really like some certain things that they made to Dino Thunder Rangers, but the main focus of this wave is the gold issue that we're having with, you know, the Zeo Ranger and stuff, and I'll dive deep into that later. I don't want to bore you guys to death, like I said earlier. I don't want to talk about the same thing for an entire part of the video, and yeah, so we'll focus on it later, and yeah. But anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let's get to the review, and let's start off by taking a look at the packaging for these toys, and then we'll take a look at the figures themselves. Alright guys, so I have reviewed legacy figures before. This isn't the first time, so I'm not going to explain every single little thing. If you guys have never seen my legacy figure reviews, you guys can always check it out. I have some link in the description below for some of my past reviews for these legacy figures. I have reviewed the first wave and part of the second wave when it came to MMPR Yellow, and that's it. And Wave 3, I don't know if there was a Wave 3. I think Wave 3 was like re-releases of the MMPR Rangers, and they were translucent and all that. But yeah, but this is Wave 4, and that's what we'll call it. So here's the packaging for the figures, and I guess we'll start off with the Zeo Green Ranger, because he's the oldest Ranger in this thing, because he was out first or whatever. And yeah, it's the basic Legacy figure packaging, you know, it's that big window in the front. And yeah, the Power Rangers logo's right here. It says Saban's Power Rangers. And then on top here on the left it says Build a Megazord. And the build a figure for this wave is the Zeo Ranger's Megazord. Of course, you have to get every single Zeo Ranger to complete their Megazord. So as of right now, you can complete like half of it, not really. Actually, you can't even complete half of it because there's only one main Zeo Ranger in this wave. The other Zeo Ranger is the 6th Ranger, and he comes with his own weapon, so he doesn't come with a Megazord part. So yeah, so you have to wait till Wave 5 to complete the Megazord, and yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah, so here's the Zeo Green Ranger. Really cool picture of him. I've always liked Adam from the TV show Power Ranger Zeo. When I first watched Zeo, it was alright, but when I watched it a second time, it was really cool. And yeah, and then O-Ranger just made me fall in love with the suits and all that, and yeah. And yeah, down here it says Saban's Power Ranger Zeo. That's the original logo from the 1996 series. It says here on the side, Legacy Collection Green Ranger, and every single packaging will look like this, so I won't repeat myself. It says limited edition down here. I don't know why. I guess it's because they're being sold at Walgreens only as of right now. Up here is the Zeo logo. Again, down here, random information about the company and stuff. The back shows you that you can collect the Zeo Rangers to combine their Megazord. And yeah, so I guess red, pink, and blue will be released in Wave 5, and then yellow is a mystery right now. And then down here shows the figures in this wave. In the Series 4 wave, we had the Zeo Gold Ranger, Zeo Yellow, Zeo Green, and then Dino Thunder Red and Blue. And then if you guys are wondering, Dino Thunder Yellow and Black and White are going to be released in the future. I've heard that Yellow and Black are part of Wave 5 with the other Zeo Rangers, so that'll be fun to collect to complete these two teams. And yes, and that's the packaging, so I'm not going to repeat myself for the rest of the packaging. It'll all be the same. But I'll tell you guys the names and stuff. This is the Zeo Green, Gold Ranger. Not Green Ranger, Gold. This is the 6th Ranger. In Japan, his name was King Ranger, and he was actually a Black Ranger, not a Gold Ranger. And then in America, when they brought him over here, he was a Gold Ranger. So it's the first time ever, and probably the only time that they've changed the color for a Ranger from Japan to America. And yeah. Yeah, so there he is, limited edition on the bottom, like it says, even though, you know, they're being sold at Walgreens right now. And yeah, and in the back, he's not really part of anything. He comes with his own weapon. The 6 Rangers don't really come with a build a Megazord piece, because, you know, they're the 6 Rangers, they're loners or whatever. And yeah, up next is Dino Thunder now, and this is the Dino Thunder Red Ranger. So I guess we'll take a look. I'll name some of the stuff here on this packaging because it's different from the Zeo stuff. And yeah, it says build a Megazord. For the Dino Thunder Rangers, you can combine their Megazord. That's the Dino Thunder Megazord right there. And you can complete him when you get the other Dino Thunder Rangers. And yeah, so down here is the Dino Thunder logo. It's a pretty badass Power Ranger logo, bro. Limited edition on the side. Really cool picture of him right here. And yeah, the back shows get the other Dino Thunder Rangers to complete their Megazord. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to get the Dino Thunder Rangers. I'm excited to get yellow, blue. I mean, I already have blue, but I can't wait to get yellow, black, and white. The White Ranger is definitely a badass. If you guys have seen Abba Ranger or Dino Thunder, you guys know the White Ranger is really cool. And yeah, and this is the wave, the same wave we're reviewing right now. I really wish we have a yellow Zeo Ranger figure, but we don't, unfortunately, as of right now. Dino Thunder Blue, same thing as Dino Thunder Red and all the other figures. You know, picture of him, build a Megazord, blah, blah, blah. And the back shows get the other Dino Thunder Rangers. And yeah, so the only difference is, you know, there's a picture of the main Ranger and then that you're getting, and then the back is like the color of whatever Ranger you're getting, and yeah. And yeah, so that was the package for Legacy figures. Really cool. Now guys, before we take a look at the figures, I also want to take a look at the Build a Megazord pieces they come with. It's only 3 pieces, so you know, it's not really a lot. I guess we'll take a look at the first piece, and that is the Zeo Green Ranger's Build a Megazord piece, and that's the main body part of the Zeo Megazord. Like I said, you have to get the rest of the other Zeo Rangers to complete him. So right now he's just the main body piece. And yeah, so that's pretty boring. Dino Thunder Red comes with the Tyrannosaurus Rex arm thing from Dino Thunder, where the Megazord's arm was literally a Tyrannosaurus Rex's tail. And yeah, like I said, get the other figures to complete him. And yeah, and Dino Thunder Blue comes with the other arm from the Dino Thunder Megazord, and it's the Triceratops head and part of its body. And yeah, So as of right now, like I said, you can't really complete them. You gotta get the other figures, etc., etc. And yeah, so here are the figures. I guess we'll take a look at Zeo Green first, like we did with the packaging and all that stuff. So we'll move the Dino Thunder Rangers aside, and the gold Zeo Ranger too. And yeah, and here is Zeo Green. All right, guys. So right now I had him in his pose from the roll call when he says O Green or Zeo Green or whatever. And yeah, but here's his figure. Let's take a closer look at that. And the detail is amazing. I'm really not gonna lie. Like, this looks exactly like the suit from the show. And yeah, like I said, the Zeo Rangers had some really cool looking suits. And O Ranger, I think the best thing about O Ranger was the music. The music was definitely really, really awesome. Like, I always used to rock to that stuff when it would play on when I would watch a TV show and all that last year. So yeah, so I get really good memories from O Ranger. I don't know if you see the detail because my camera doesn't want to focus. Focused. That's a word, yeah. So yeah, let me see if my camera focuses on him. Oh, no. Alright, but you guys can sort of see that he looks exactly like the TV show. I've gone through articulation before in my past reviews, so I won't really repeat that. But yeah. But let's just say he has really a lot of articulation. You can do a lot of stuff with him. Pulse him in anything, basically. And yeah, you can get them some really cool pulses out of the show and stuff. He comes with 2 accessories, besides the Build-A-Figure thing. He comes with the 2 weapons from the show. The Zeo Rangers had a saber and a gun blaster thingy. Don't even get me started on names, so I don't know if it was called the Zeo Blaster or the Zeo Saber or whatever. And yeah, the only thing I wish they did was they would have released an extended version of the Zeo Saber, because in the show, the Zeo Rangers could actually extend this thing. It looks like a dagger right now, but in the show, he could actually extend the saber, so yeah, that sucks. But it's fine or whatever, It kind of annoys me though, because in the press shots they actually have him holding it, and it looks like a dagger, and they didn't have daggers in the show, and yeah. But overall, he's a really cool figure. Next up is the Zeo Butterscotch Ranger, and I mentioned earlier how the fandom has not been really happy with this figure, and the reason why was because Bandai, they took promotional photos for this figure. They actually had him like in this gold color, and I'll show you guys his figure from a few years back when Super Mega Force came out, and I'll compare the colors right now, and you guys kind of notice the difference here. This one looks more silver than this guy, and apparently the reason from Bandai was for I think it was cost cutting. They didn't really say an answer. They didn't ever really I don't think they did, but a lot of fans are saying Bandai is being really cheap by releasing this guy as the Zeo Gold Ranger, and it's more like a butterscotch color, and yeah, and it doesn't look gold, This is a 5-inch figure from a few years back that was $9, and this is a $20 figure. And, the color is way off. That looks really cheap. And they've re-released in the case refresh assortments or whatever, they re-released him with some gold on him. But that's not enough, If he's called the Gold Ranger, paint him gold. And a lot of fans that collect figures have actually gone out and bought like Gundam markers and had to paint him gold because, Bandai doesn't want to do it themselves, and it's stupid. I don't really care. He looks all right to me. I do kind of notice that he's not gold, but I'm not. I'm not really. I don't want to ruin the figure because I don't want to fuck up. And mess something up. So I'll just leave him like this for now. If I ever get better in customizing my toys in the future, I'll do it. But for now, just the way he is. And yeah, he's really cool though. He's really cool looking. If he didn't look like a butterscotch color, would have been really cool. And yeah, same articulation as Zeo Green, nothing different. He comes with his staff or whatever. And yeah, I think we took a look at him long enough, I guess. Just mentioned the whole butterscotch ordeal. And yeah, so we'll put him aside. So for now, that's basically the 2 Zeo Rangers we have. Hopefully we get yellow, like I said. I'm really hyped if I'm able to complete the entire Zeo team in 1 year, so that'll be really cool to do. Next up is the Dino Thunder Rangers, and we'll take a look at Red first. Put him into a normal position. And yeah, so here he is. He has the same articulation as the other figures, so we don't really have to take a look at that. And yeah, he looks really cool. Let's take a closer look at him. Hopefully my camera would want to focus this time. Please. Let's see if it wants to focus, because yeah, so I think you guys can see him. Yeah, okay, this is good, this is good. Alright, so here he is. I think the only complaint I can give this figure is the fact that his morpher, the brace it's not red, it's black. In the show, I mean, you can't really get every single little detail from the show, but in the show, it was blue and it had like a red part for the brace, the plate that the Dino Thunder Ranger had. It could have been painted, red or blue at least, but, just black, it's kind of an ugly color. Because in the show, it wasn't black or anything, so I don't really, it's whatever. Dino Thunder Red is a really cool guy. I met him, not really, just joking. I actually really like his suit. Fun fact about me, actually, I watched Power Rangers Dino Thunder in Cuba as a kid. I watched the entire show. I had the complete series on DVD. It was bootlegged, but it was burnt on disc, and I had every single episode, and it was dubbed in Spanish, and I remember a lot of stuff. I think Dino Thunder was the second series I watched after Wild Force. No, I think I saw Ninja Storm too. And Dino Thunder, I saw the complete series. I saw literally every single episode because I had it on DVD. And yeah, and that was really cool that I was able to watch this complete show. Because with Wild Force, I would only catch it here and there. And Ninja Storm, I only think I saw like 2 episodes. But with Dino Thunder, I went all out. Like, I watched every single episode that would come on because I had it on DVD. And yeah, and I actually have his figure from the Super Mega Force figures too, from the Wave. So here's his 5-inch figure. And yeah, so definitely a really good upgrade. He looks a lot better now. I don't really like, for the time, for the price he is, and, for the time that I got him, really cool figure, but I definitely would want to get a better articulated, bigger version of him. And yeah, and I have blue also, and hopefully I can get yellow and black soon, so I can have a semi-complete Dino Thunder team. I haven't heard anything about white yet. And yeah, he comes with one accessory, and that is his Dino Thunder Blaster? Is that what it's called? I don't know. You guys go on Ranger Wiki and figure that out yourselves. The Dino Thunder Blaster is painted a darkish blue. Like, it looks almost black, but it's actually dark blue. And I guess they did get that from the show. In the show, the handle was black, and then like part of it was darkish blue. Actually, they got a really good detail on this blaster. Now I'm looking at it. It's not completely blue. It's like the handle's black, and then part of the saber thing is blue. And the Dino Thunder Blaster was actually a blaster / saber. If the range would have extended, it would actually turn into a saber. And yeah, like I said, I wish that Bandai would have released like a saber version for this thing, because this thing does turn into, it's like a 2-in-1 weapon. And yeah, but I guess you can have him with his little blaster out or whatever. And yeah, have him pose like this. Yeah, Dino Thunder was a really cool season. I loved watching that. And yeah. And then finally is the Dino Thunder Blue Ranger. Same thing as the Red Ranger, just repainted blue, and then his dinosaur theme is the Triceratops. Dino Thunder Blue, I don't really have a lot to say, because it's Dino Thunder Blue. What is there to say? Ethan was a really cool character. In the show, he was a nerd. And in the Japanese version, he was this really, like, guy that thought he was all cool and all that. The Blue Rangers had this tendency of being the loners in Sentai in the early 2000s. And yeah, so here he is. Yeah, like I said, it's like basically the Dino Thunder Red Ranger, just blue and Triceratops. And yeah, but we'll take a look around him and stuff. Articulation is the same. I won't really go over that. He comes with the same thing, the blaster / saber thing that extends and all that. I wish they would have released a saber thing, like I said. His morpher's black. And yeah. And that's him. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on these figures shouldn't be a surprise. I love them. I've been supporting the Legacy figure wave or line or whatever since day one when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out with the Ninja Storm Rangers in Wave 1. I've been collecting ever since then. I am missing some figures like MMPR White and Green and some specific Rangers because I haven't found them easily. And yeah, and I'm not, aside from that, this wave is amazing. I love the fact they released the Zeo Rangers with Dino Thunder Rangers, 2 of my favorite teams from, some of my favorite seasons. I wish they would have released the Zeo Yellow Ranger. Like I said before, I don't really know why she's not out yet. She was promised to be released in the refresh cases. She never came out, and that's pretty sad. Another issue is the paint with this wave. This wave has some serious problems with the paint, especially the Gold Ranger. I really don't understand. I heard the rumor is that they were cost cutting, but if you take a picture and you promote the figure as being gold, when even the packaging shows him with having the correct color, and then you release this shitty looking figure, a lot of fans are gonna be pissed. And I haven't heard the real answer for why they did this. A lot of rumor is that if they're cost cutting, or apparently they're just cost cutting and they wanted to save money because the gold is really hard to do or whatever. I don't understand why, because the figure, the 5-inch figure I showed you guys earlier, is made of better looking gold than this guy itself, and he looks more accurate to the show. A 5-inch figure that's $9 that looks better than this guy that's $20. And I'm not gonna give you guys a straight up answer and say, oh, like just buy the figure and paint it yourself. You're already buying the figure for $20. You should expect the figure to look, you know, good at least for $20. And it's a good looking figure. It's just the color is off. It's a butterscotch color, and the rest of the figures are fine. I mean, Zeo Green does have some gold on him, but then he does have that butterscotch color too. And then the Dino Thunder Rangers, I don't really know what to say, because you know that the butterscotch is actually supposed to be part of the suit that's in the show. But this guy, he never had that color on him in the show. In the show, he's gold. You know, he's the Gold Ranger. That's his whole thing. For me, I'm gonna keep on buying the figures. It doesn't really bother me, the whole color thing, but I do understand that frustration fans get. My answer would be, oh, just go out and buy a Gundam marker and paint it yourself. But you're already paying money for the figures, so why would you have to go out of your way and just, you know, paint over it? And it's not worth your time. And you know, just tell Bandai about it. Tell Bandai, argue, you know, complain to Bandai, call them up. I don't know, go on Twitter, go online, just tell them straight up, hey, listen, you guys fucked up. Like, just, you know, fix it. Or, you know, people have done this and they didn't fix it. They literally released the same figure with some gold parts on it, but he's still a butterscotch looking guy. And you know, hopefully Bandai fix up their act in the future, and if they don't, then I'll probably make a video and complain to them even more, and a bunch of more people will complain to them. And yeah, and that's my dog screaming over there. Okay guys, so I'm not gonna bore you, you know, I'm not gonna keep talking about this thing. I can literally make an entire video complaining about all the stuff that Bandai has done in the past that's, you know, horrible decisions when it comes to the toys and all that. But I'll save that for the future, or whenever next time Bandai fucks up. I still love the wave, like I said right now, you know, just the whole color thing was definitely a huge mistake. And you know, yeah, yeah guys, I don't really have a lot to say, because you know, it's legacy figures. I've reviewed these in the past, just, you know, it's a different team and all that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro. I had a lot of fun making it. Stay tuned for a lot more reviews coming up. I'm definitely going to be reviewing some Super Ninja Steel stuff, even though I'm not a huge fan of the toy line. And stay tuned for some awesome Super Sentai toy reviews coming up next month. On February, Lupin Ranger and Pop the Ranger comes out, and the toys do come out too. And yeah guys, so stay tuned for that. Anyways guys, this is Roberto from Ranger Mania, signing out. And goodbye.